Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet Lakers, brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Chris McGee, the Professor Mike Bresnahan, the Hall of Famer Big Game James Worthy. We got Mike Trudell up in the Bay Area. Over the last few days, the Lakers had some frustrations and a 3-game losing streak, and they took it out tonight on the shorthanded Warriors as they blew them out up in San Francisco. The Big Three set the tone. They were fantastic. We'll talk about that in a moment. Great energy, I thought, from the start. Business-like. As Luka was saying at the end of the ABC broadcast, and the offense caught fire, James. 129 points, 19 threes, 46% from behind the arc, 29 assists. And sometimes, James, you just need a blowout.
Yeah, I think you said it, business-like, because they realized that the Warriors were shorthanded too, as were the Phoenix Suns. So I think they had that in the back of their mind. They weren't going to come out there and take anything for granted, and they needed to win, Gita. Sometimes in the NBA, you just need a win.
Yep.
And you could tell at the end of the game, there were smiles again. It was Luka's birthday. They were having some fun, but I thought they came out and took care of business, as you stated. You know, 53% from field, shot the 3-ball well. I thought they got some good production from the bench. Luke Kennard, 10 shots, 4 of 7 for 3, and also Jake LaRavia came out to play well too. So overall, good game. They did what they were supposed to do with a weaker team tonight. Did not let any of their, guys who usually don't score a lot get going. They kept everybody under the radar, and they were able to come up with a victory, which a victory in your stomach feels good, and hopefully it can jumpstart them to get where they need to get.
Yeah, James, I was really impressed by the offense. You know, it's been a tough 3-game slog for them, and I feel like they got their mojo back tonight. And, you know, the bench was great. We talked in the pregame show, in 2 of their last 3 games, 1 reserve on the other team has outscored the entire Laker bench. Not the case tonight. You know, LaRavia was great. You already mentioned Luke Kennard. He was great. I liked Austin Reeves tonight. I feel like he kind of took a nice little step again. 16 points, whatever it was, on pretty low volume, too. I thought he was really
11
efficient. 11 in the first.
Yeah.
You know, great way to get this team off to a good start. And Geet James, here we go. All it takes is 1 win. They're only 2 games out of 3rd now in the Western Conference. Houston lost today. So with games coming up at home against Sacramento and New Orleans, teams near the bottom, if not at the bottom of the West, you know, these games, if you can tuck away these wins the next couple games, you're going to be right in there for that mix for 3rd place. It's crazy.
Going into March, book some wins, get back on track.
Catch on fire right now.
Let's head out to San Francisco. LeBron James with Mike Trudell.
All right, LeBron, so the best thing about the NBA, when you lost a couple games in a row, the next game is always right there for you. How did you bring a focus into this one and make sure you ended the winning streak, or the losing streak, I should say?
I mean, our back was against the wall. I mean, after losing the way we've been losing lately, obviously we lost those last 2 at home and then go to Phoenix and lost that heartbreaker. So we wanted to try to fix that. We started on the defensive end and then not turning the ball over on the offensive end and have a good rhythm. We had a really good rhythm tonight.
Yeah, you start out 4 for 4 from 3, and it seemed like the rest of the team kind of caught that. Do you just believe in that? Sometimes when teammates see the thing go down, it can get contagious and there's momentum with the shooting?
Absolutely. That's on both sides. They're like, you know, so one guy turning the ball over, it can be contagious. And, you know, sometimes I have high turnover games and then everybody starts turning the ball over. So felt like, you know, by me, you know, making a couple shots on the outside. Obviously, Lucas sprinkled in some. Jake sprinkled in some. Marcus hit a couple. AR, you know, we had a pretty good Luke. I mean, Luke was a great game by Luke tonight too. So it was a good win for us.
What do you take out of this, and how do you move forward now? The rare kind of road home back-to-back, because you got to play again tomorrow night at home.
I mean, you just said it before we even started about the NBA. You can't really get too high or get too low because there's another game right away, and we got another one tomorrow.
Last one for you. Obviously, you get to spend a lot of time with Bronny tonight. Bring your daughter to work night. How was that for you?
It's amazing. You know, I spent a lot of time away from my kids throughout my career, so you know, any opportunity at home, at road, to be able to spend time with them is always a blessing for me. And you know, she's good luck so far. She want to know.
All right, appreciate it, LeBron.
Appreciate it, yeah.
All right, LeBron James talking to Mike Trudell there. The Big Three guys, they really set the tone.
Yeah.
They came out, the stars shined. I thought AR was great in the first quarter. LeBron, a dominant first half. He had 20 of his 22 in the first half. And then, of course, Luka gets hot in the third. They scored 66 points. They had 20 assists between the 3 of them. But I do love what LeBron had to say there. And he was hot early, James, and they were feeding him 4 threes to start the game off.
Yeah, he broke another record, did he not?
He and Kobe are now the only two with 1,000 threes.
Yeah, I mean, look, focused. He was focused and ready and prepared. You know, yeah, the big three played well tonight, including LeBron. You know, they passed the ball really well, Gator, and I think that was the difference tonight. That's why they were able to get, you know, shots. And LeBron really, he's starting to get to that paint. You know, that long pass from Luka that he goes down and gets in the paint and takes advantage of that, posting up a little bit more, and he still can knock down the three. So it was a good collective effort. The big three got busy, but even in their effort, you know, they did well. The whole team, you know, kind of made a nice contribution.
Yeah, James, you and I were talking right here almost a week ago when the Lakers lost to Boston, right? And they had 18 assists as a team that night. That's way too low. Tonight they had 29, and it helps, Geet, when you're making your threes. The Lakers kind of out-warriored the Warriors tonight.
19 threes.
Yeah, made 19 threes, outscored the Warriors by 21 from deep. When was the last time you could say that about a Lakers-Warriors matchup? So obviously no Steph Curry. That helps a little bit for the Lakers' cause, but really impressed by the overall ball movement, the flow, the offense. Hit a low point against Boston, under 90 points, only 89 that night. Much better today.
You know, LeBron mentioned this to Mike, and we were talking about before we came on air, Luke Kennard. And we spent a little time talking about him on the pregame show. And, you know, you bring him in to be a three-point shooter. And we've always talked about him not being a high-volume guy, but he does make the right basketball play. He's a little more of a playmaker than we thought. But only one three-point attempt in the last two games that they lost close games. And we were curious if maybe J.J. talking where he just had a feeling he was going to come out more aggressive tonight, James. At least that's what I thought. I mean, 16 points, 10 shots, 7 threes, made 4 of them. That was nice to see, 16 points from him off the bench.
Especially the 4 threes, Geeter. That's what we really need him for. When we're playing these teams that are just throwing in threes on us and we need to kind of match it, he's our guy right now, I believe. But what makes him more of a threat is he moves without the basketball really well. So if someone is driving downhill, he's so smart of dropping to the level of the basketball where he's always in sight. He's never out of sight. And I saw one play where Vanderbilt drove into the lane and his man turned his head for 1 second and he didn't hesitate. Backdoor cut. He's extremely smart. And I just like to see him get up more volume. I'd rather see him get up more volume threes than twos. But he does a good job of, you know, fooling the defense, getting all his shots, threes, twos, and, you know, sometimes to the free throw line.
It's funny, James, because it's not like the last few games he just disappeared off the face of the earth for the Lakers. He was doing great. You know, he was scoring 8 points, 9 points. It was all twos, though. He was shooting like 80% from 2, which is really, really weird, Geet. Tonight, though, he went back to what he is. He's a shooter, period. And not a huge volume shooter, but mark my words, guys, he will win this team a game or two between now and the end of the regular season. I mean, I think he's that big of a pickup for them. He gives them a huge need, a glaring need at three-point accuracy and three-point shooting, and just got to get that volume up. And he did tonight. And obviously,
nice to see.
Yeah, obviously we saw the positive consequences of such an outing.
Let's talk Luka. Happy 27th birthday to Luka Doncic, and he was just doing what he always does, but really efficient tonight. Again, 4 threes. And weren't you given a stat? B. Moore, we were talking about this, our producer. He's leading the league in points, 3rd in assists, and leading the league in three-pointers made. Tonight, just to say 26 points, 9 of 17, 4 of 9, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. But third quarter, when you have